What is something a woman does better than a man? Asking for help in general. Regardless of that being in the hardware store, directions, lifting a heavy object, or a need to talk with someone. Men often spend hours looking for what they need in the hardware store, driving around lost, break their backs, or kill themselves after being depressed and not asking for help. Asking for help in general. Agreed. We are bad at this. It feels like I've already asked for too much help. But then I step back and realize everybody else be asking for way more help more often. Because it's implied that asking for help shows weakness. And being weak is bad. Nobody ever directly tells you this, but it's modeled so hard. Skincare. My wife is in her 40s and has the skin of a teenager. So much lotion. So worth it. I'm reaping the benefits of having the most greasy skin known to man. They laughed at my acne when I was young, they're not laughing now. My sister, who is only 1 year older than me, was lucky and didn't have the same oily skin I did growing up, but now she looks years older than me. I always have dry as fuck skin, especially after washing my hands. I literally see the lines on my hand. That's how dry they are. Women have better balance, due to our lower center of gravity. But I've been told that these hoes be trippin'? Look, it was a garden supply store, and someone knocked over a bunch of rakes, okay? So you're saying a bunch of hoes went down on a bunch of rakes in the middle of broad daylight, in the store? Scandalous. Flexibility. Unless your significant other has EDS, those pretzel-shaped bastards. I don't see my kind of people mentioned in non-medical threads too often. But yeah, we're very good pretzels. Bonus point since May is EDS Awareness Month. 3 of us in my nuclear family. It's a trick question when you're married, the answer is everything, of course. Being able to tell if another woman has makeup or other enhancements. Sounds catty, but it's true. My husband told me that an actress had really long eyelashes the other day. I didn't want to point it out, but natural lashes don't look like spiders hanging out on your eyes. How is this catty? The reason why women are able to detect this is because of their experience in makeup. Men that work as makeup artists can notice it just as well as women. Personally, I don't think it's catty and agree with you 100%. But I've heard a couple people mention that it could come off that way depending delivery or how it's brought up. I remember one of my guy friends telling me that I was jealous when I mentioned in conversation that I thought another friend had breast enhancements. It was a strange moment, but I've never had those feelings and was stating it as an observation related to the conversation at hand. People can be weird. Finding something that you lost. My husband has some weird power stronger than St. Anthony's. The question tends to run, hey, have you seen my, oh, thank you. But I am better at finding things in the cupboards. You can search everywhere, you can search for hours or days and find nothing and have no recollection of where it could be. You get part way through your question and boom, right there, even though you roughed everything in that area not even an hour ago. I feel it's a cross between Mad Max, Fury Road Witness Me bit and not devoted moral support. It works for me every time. I believe that certain objects choose to heed as call to return from whatever dimension they've fucked off to. Everything, according to my wife. Can she do the helicopter? I think not. She can, but you really don't want to see her waving around a severed penis. It's messy. Her way of asserting dominance. Time to wash the dishes, bud. I'd give an award if I had one. Identify abusive women. Honestly, I can't tell you how many guys completely ignore, or are even actively attracted to, traits that 99% of women look at and think, yeah, she's a problem, run. Men appear to be completely oblivious to these huge red flags, and tend to turn on the women who point them out. Part of me thinks this kind of thing should be covered in sex education at school. If it helps men have that sixth sense about other men. It's because we can each read our own gender better than the other. I don't know about that. The number of dudes I've known that were seemingly unaware their friend was high-key a creep was pretty high back when I had a lot of straight acquaintances. I think it's less about being able to identify them at that point and more of a subconscious refusal to recognize them as creeps. Everyone wants to have friends, so it's easier to just look the other way instead of stirring up drama. Unlocking core memories from a very specific point in time in the past. You forgot your anniversary. Again, didn't you? Forgot is a strong word. Agreed, it's more of an involuntary inaction towards an undetermined event that has real meaning for a higher intelligence of which I am not aware type of deal. How's the work at Abstergo going? Asking for the way, when they are lost. I'd say this is very geographical. When I lived in the West, men were more stubborn with asking directions. In Asia, it's the other way round. When someone is tasked with the navigation, it becomes a personal failing for some people when they can't do it. I'd guess that it's depending on the average gender of the individual tasked with that. I think that applies to asking for help for everything. We have to exhaust every other option before asking for help. Giving birth. Trust me. I tried, and did not like the result 6 to 8 months later. How come this is so low down? It's the only thing that is actually true of almost all women and men? It's low because only women are capable of it, so you can't really say they are better at it. Are men better at getting a boner than women? Yes. Cleaning blood out of clothing. Cold water and hydrogen peroxide, my friend. The sooner the better. Cold water as soon as you can. And hiding the weapon. If you're in a situation with no cold water, your saliva breaks down your own blood. Just spit and rub. Doesn't work for other people's blood though, only your own. Cry without being self-conscious. My ex never once cried in front of me, but she said she cried every time she went to therapy. Maybe that's why she left me for a psychologist. And how did that make you feel? This made me laugh out loud. Cries. Women do this so much better than a man, it's not funny. Telling what age someone is. I don't know if it's because they look at skin more through makeup. Or however else. If I were a police officer and I had a woman and a man give someone's age, I would take the woman's statement every time. Is this why some men try to pick up girls near high school and middle schools? Cause they can't tell they're underaged? Thoughtful face. /S. Why don't you have a seat right over there? R/hole up. Yeah, that's true. That's why I always pick guys as my cashiers when I tried to buy alcohol as a high school kid. Finding things around the house. I live with 4 males and they can't bloody find anything. My dad opens the fridge, where's the ketchup? Mom, top right on the door. Without even looking, lol. TBF. My dad doesn't even look. And the ketchup location has not changed in a decade. Fucking witchcraft, man. Emotional support. My male friends always try really hard, but they often never quite get there. My girlfriends just get it naturally. I think guys are natural problem solvers. They think when someone has a problem, the best thing to do is offer a solution. And that's correct, sometimes. But other times the real problem is that whatever's going on is distressing and weighing on you, not that you can't fix it. In that case, all you really need is just someone to listen and understand, and that's something women are generally great at. I get so awkward when someone is just ranting to me or listing their problems. I'm fine with having to listen, but I don't understand how to respond like WH. Do I say something? Do I offer a solution? Do I console? If I say something cheesy, will it be patronizing? Mine's going at 100 miles per hour but no outcome, lol. Steal the life of a pirate captain. With all the drama recently, I went back and watched the first couple Pirates movies, an absolute gem of a character that pirate captain is. I have a jar of dirt. Edit, fucking jar. Jar. That's the word, my bad. Women are better at differentiating colors and nuances in different color tones. To a man it's red. To a woman, it's maroon, burgundy or crimson, etc. What kind of magic words are you speaking? Looking at the 128 crayon box, left red is maroon, middle red is normal red, right red is crimson. I know, I thought it came with 3 of the same red crayon, too. The slightly more blue than green one is my favorite, it's the most tasty. I know crayons by taste, not by color. / every male in the world.